Hello and welcome to all you Pisceans out there. This is your yearly forecast for 2022. Let's have a look. Of course, in general, and I'm going to be focusing on the retrogrades, the Venus and Mars retrograde, your old ruler Jupiter conjoining with your new ruler of Neptune in your sign. That's going to be significant, very significant for you. And the nodes that are shifting and a couple of outer planet stuff that I'm probably going to just touch a little bit upon that. But let's get started with the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, January, February, but also actually already as from December of 2021, we're going to have Venus retrograde. So the Venus retrograde, it's in Capricorn. That takes like December, January, February of 2022. And that is a very significant, intense retrograde because it's going to touch Pluto 3 times. And also it's going to touch Mars. So it's going to be Venus conjunct Mars, conjunct Pluto. And that is very, very powerful, intense transformation, but also very passionate energy for everyone. But for you, this is happening in your 11th house. It could be tons of things, but let's break it down into the most important things. The 11th house is, first of all, your aspirations for the future. So that could be that during that time, December, January, February, you're very passionate about something that considers the whole of 2022 and onwards even. Because it's a lot of all or nothing energy, and it can be that you're very passionate about achieving a goal, setting a goal first and foremost, and then achieving it, and that has that kind of life transforming effect. So whether that is a starting of a project or a new job or even a new connection could mean that as well, or a connection that you rekindle. And that starts from the friendship zone because the 11th house is also friends. So either it is an idea and something that you want to do for the future, and you kind of, it's an all or nothing kind of energy. You kind of say, yeah, all in or all out. Maybe it is an objective that you've been telling yourself for years and years, and now you see, like, because of some crisis going on, you're saying, no, I can't achieve that anymore. That is not what I want for my future. But also the other way around, it could mean putting your teeth into something for the future. It's very passionate energy, platonic energy there. And Capricorn can have to do with career as well. On another level, this is a connection. This is a relationship. It can mean that there is a transformation going on, maybe from friend to lover. But whatever it is, there's something secretive about it, or that is behind the scenes, and that needs to be revealed. Or it is that it's going to make a huge difference in your life and a huge transformation on other areas of your life because you are connecting with this person. It's going to be quite magnetic, actually. It's not just a bit of a relationship. No, it's very deep, it's very intense, it's very passionate, and it's very transformative. Whether you deal with this person for a day or for a year or a lifetime, it makes a huge difference for you. So that's definitely something that if there is someone in your friend zone and you want a transformation, it is on, and it's setting the tone for the whole year. And or a friend, it could be also just a friend, for instance, and it has nothing to do with love, but that friend goes through a transformation, and that has an effect on you as well. It changes your life as well. Or a friend that was very meaningful, and because of things that happen is not meaningful anymore. Or the other way around, that was just in your periphery and now becomes a very deep, real, raw, authentic connection. So it begins quite intense, and then around your ruler Jupiter, your ancient ruler Jupiter, is going to conjoin with Neptune in April. on the 12th of April, but the whole month, April will be very significant for you when it comes to you. So Jupiter Neptune in your first house is very expansive energy. So you could be feeling very, very Piscean-like, to say the least, and in a positive way, that you are very that you are in tune with yourself, and that you are finding yourself, that you are an element of the whole, and you're finding your place, which is amazing. It's very soul kind of energy. It's very enjoyable for you as a Piscean. Now the downside is when you go over the top, when you have no boundaries. So if you're in other words, if you're exaggerating with yourself, if you promise too much towards other people, then it's going to cause problems in relationships. But when you are not putting yourself on a pedestal, not putting others on a pedestal, being a bit real there, this can be an amazing energy. This can mean that you are growing very fast, expanding. You could learn a lot. You could teach others as well, coach other people as well, because you have such an amazing perspective now. Again, when this is grounded, it is fantastic. So make sure that you're staying in the body. I mean, literally doing exercises, go for that run or whatnot, so that you stay grounded, because then this energy is amazing. And then from the 11th of May up until October, the 29th of October, the 11th of May up until the 29th of October, Jupiter will transit, which is your ancient ruler, in the second house, which is good for your finances. So if you have been dealing with some struggles there is this is an opportunity for improvement, but also your worth, your self-worth. So you could be improving that. These things go together, right? And improving the self-worth as well. And also when it comes to your values, you could be more proud about yourself, that you don't just have core values, but that you also able, when they are triggered, those core values, that you're still having your integrity. You're still, for instance, when you say trust is very important in my life, and you say I have to trust myself, and then as soon as someone presents you a cake and you say, oh yeah, and you're on a diet, for instance, then you're not trusting, you're not believing in the own boundary that you're creating for self. So you will have those opportunities here to have better boundaries with yourself, and to also to improve your self-worth. And that comes with that's kind of discipline, you could say, but in a very open way. Now the nodes are shifting towards Taurus and Scorpio. So these signs go well with your sign, and so as from the beginning of the year, the North Node shifts into Taurus, and that's going to create the eclipses there for the whole of the year. Now this shows where the North Node transit, it is the universe saying focus on that area of your life. And the third house is the house of your thinking, the house of learning, the house of teaching, learning. So do as much as you can when it comes, no matter what age you are, on learning new skills, learning from driving a car to learning a language to learning how to knit. I mean, learning how to I don't know, work on old cars, or trying to fix them, or whatever it is, something beautiful, because the North Node is there in Taurus, and Taurus is the sign of beauty. But anyway, excuse me, you will have the opportunity for something new as well, because the North Node around July time is going to conjoin with Uranus, and that is something new and innovative. So yeah, and short trips as well. If you can, of course, do some short trips there. That's going to be quite enjoyable for you as well. So I mentioned Pluto, I mentioned a bit of Neptune. The Uranus-Saturn square, I'm not going to mention it because it's you're not a fixed sign, and it's only on around October time. So yes, you will have that expansion there in the mind, and you could be decluttering some old patterns there with Saturn still in your 12th house for the whole year. It's a good time for you to declutter, literally, you know, your closet or whatnot, but also your mind, and keep that in mind. Last but not least is the Mars retrograde. So that's going to be significant for you because it's in a key area of your life. It's in the deepest point of your chart, which is the root chakra, so to speak, which is literally your emotional, so your security, your emotional security. Mars in Gemini, as from August of 2022 up until March of 2023. That is an amazing long time, like 7 months, where Mars, the planet of action, will be there. Now, it can cause some stress because, you know, that Mars there in Gemini is in a square to your energy. But the square is there to put you into motion. And but it's a motion that is consistent and that will demand a little bit of patience on your behalf, because the 4th house is literally your home. So it could be that you want to fix your home, or that you want to be active at home, that you want to be working from home, or that you want to be moving homes. And good chance that this will happen. But the result is when Mars goes direct, which will be not before January of 2023. Now, on another level, this Mars in the 4th house is being very active when it comes to your emotional well-being, to create that, to be your own parent. It can also mean that there is a bit of a struggle with a parent even. But all of that is necessary to become more emotional stable. Basically, it's about your emotional stability, and it's about you creating that for yourself, but in a very slow but sure way. Mars retrograde tend to be quite, you know, a retrograde is always a deepening of something. It's like something demands more work, but it also, the benefit is bigger. So the reward is bigger, let's put it that way. So it is with you. So you could be putting more thoughts, because it's in Gemini after all, into how to create more emotional stability for yourself, how to do that, and by learning this, you know, in a Gemini way, learning a bit of this and a bit of that, and being very active as well. I think you're going to be very active at home, but also when it comes to your emotions, to improve them, to make them more stable in the long run. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a cutting out, Mars, a cutting out of old patterns, old emotional patterns that are no longer suiting for you. So and that can be very rewarding, but it demands some patience on your behalf. But I'm sure you have that. Having said this, thank you so much for watching, dear Pisceans. Have a very good year and see you next time. Bye-bye.